Jazz pianist Ellis Marsalis Jr. and his sons are regarded by many as New Orleans' first family of jazz. Musicians Wynton and Branford are probably the most widely recognized, but the talent of each of the Marsalis musicians was honored in 2011 when they were named the National Endowment for the Arts Jazz Masters. It's the only time the award has been given to a group. Patriarch Ellis spoke with us about his career when he visited the KUVO studio in Denver.
I'm Chris, I'm the sound guy.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
All right.
What do you like to have in your monitor?
Monitor. Technology has a way of changing almost daily. When them guys made this piano, there wasn't no monitors.
Right.
There was none of that. There's nothing that I could hear in a monitor that's gonna help this. Technology has sometimes very little to do with the sound of anybody's music. The better the technology, sometimes the better the reproduction. But it has nothing necessarily to do with the intrinsic value of the music.
And it's not often that we're in the presence of jazz royalty, and we are in the presence of jazz royalty. And we have one tonight that hasn't been here since the early 1960s. So please join me in welcoming Ellis Marsalis.
I don't think jazz changed at all. I think it probably evolved. If you listen to Louis Armstrong and Kid Ory and them, it doesn't have the exact same sound. The connecting points has contributed to a slight difference in the overall language. As a result, you get musicians who are influenced by earlier people. It's like I once heard somebody said, the more things change, the more they remain the same. A rose is a rose, by any other name would smell as sweet. My first instrument was a clarinet, and I played the clarinet through undergraduate school. By the time I graduated from the university in New Orleans, clarinet was pretty much out because I didn't want to play traditional music, nor was I ever going to be good enough to audition for a symphony orchestra. All along the way, I had experimented with the piano. The piano was there to work out harmonics in the songs, but I was not really serious about the piano. I had to make a decision about how I was going to become a pianist. And I remembered lessons that I had from my second piano teacher. And I started to use them, and I started to practice. And that was it. I don't know that I have been very reflective in how I've contributed to certain types of successes that people look at. Things would fall into place in ways which I never really understood. In the beginning of me having a certain amount of national exposure, if you will, I remember a young lady who was on her high school newspaper. She asking me about my jazz career. In the back of my mind, I was saying, I have a jazz career? And really, I hadn't even thought about it. Saxophone, trumpet, drums, trombone. It's like trying to make a gumbo. You know, I mean, the ingredients dictate how it's gonna come out. You know, I don't care who the cook is. I don't think any of the things that we do in the creative sense is natural. You have to work. And as a result of that, you either get better at it or you fool yourself.